Welcome back, everybody, to another tournament of Ender Challenge. My name is Fluffy B, and I will be your main announcer for this tournament. In the last tournament, 20 competitors rose up with the goal to achieve total victory, but in a shocking revelation, 7 people made it to stage 2, but no one could complete it. AgentSaber, a newcomer, was our first place finisher. So what will this mean for the tournament? Will the new faces rise up to take down the course? Or will the old guns, after so many attempts at trying, finally make their move and slay the Steel Castle? There's only one way to find out. Kicking off this tournament is gonna be Homeboi as per usual, sandwiched between a nice set of spider walk panels. I mean, what can I say? Since the renewal in Tournament 11, he's been making some steady progress on the course. Made it to the hazard swing last time. Oh! I spoke too soon. Homeboi down on the bamboo steps. Well, at least you can show us your favorite magic trick. Back for his 12th appearance on Ender Challenge is KalobPlayz. I mean, what can I say? He hasn't had the best track record, but we're eternally grateful to have him here. Already through the bamboo steps, taking it with some nice conviction. Hopefully he can avert his gaze from the scary monster in the wall walk. This is where he failed last time. No! Same mistake as last time. Kaleb, the same error. Just overshot the mount there on the jump hang. Another face that's just here for the fun of it rather to win or lose. Hxtzz is seemingly even more rich than last time. He must have struck really big with crypto. Well, let's see if he can factor any of that wealth into his training regimen. I guess not. Tough scene, fails the first step. Here's the first of our fresh faces in this tournament of Ender Challenge, LittleButters. Looks like he's got armor trim. I don't know if that's armor trim or if that's just a fancy skin. Either way, hopefully it doesn't weigh him down too much. It looks pretty heavy. Through the bamboo steps, taking it nice and cautious. That's alright. Whatever it takes to get through. The wall walk, no problems. The jump hang jumps a little early, but it seems like the problem at hand was that he overshot it. Same mistake as Kaleb. Up on the starting line is Norwiigian, who I think this is going to be an interesting run because I've seen him around the parts of the ninja community, but this is the first time I've seen any Minecraft ventures. So, hey, in his first ever Minecraft performance, what's he going to put up here? On the wall walk, got to make his way around the glass. Of course, this time limit is quite strict, so he's got to keep it moving, and he's losing quite a bit of time there, going sideways. Now for the jump hang. No one has beat this today, so far anyway. Wow, sprinting through it. He's the first to take on the hazard swing, but he's already down to 30 seconds. As you can see, the vines have been swapped out for this pale oak apparatus. He tried for a big skip to maybe make up some time, but it was just too far gone. Alright, up next is Crushery, another newcomer in this tournament. Kind of running with a battle scar right now, has an arrow in his leg, yikes. Don't want to be Crusher right now, I do not envy his situation. Well, the leg injury doesn't hurt him on the bamboo steps. Wow, there's a clone there behind the wall walk. This course does not support tag team running. Oh, well, it wasn't the leg that hurt him at least. On his second appearance, MisterzLlama may be looking for a little bit better of a result this time around. Granted, his first appearance was not all that bad, all things considered. Made it all the way to the switchback, but was the first one to fail that obstacle. But I mean, it's only up from here. Onto the jump hang. Catches it nicely. Making great work of this early first stage, which is great to see this early on in the competition. Now on to the hazard swing. Gotta navigate these tricky pale wood obstacles. Now on the switchback, he failed this last time. Already doing better. It's a step up from here. anything I would say is icing on the cake. Big jump on the half pipe attack. Oh, misses the dismount. He didn't quite set himself up with that swing. And a stage 1 clear is gonna have to wait. Kane Catless back again. More of a ripper offer in spirit, really. I mean, compared to Kori, he's more of a petty thief. I mean, what? Well, he's taking these steps 2 at a time. And, I mean, such a strategy works, keeps him dry. Now onto the wall walk. I do believe this is where he fell last time, but he's learned from his mistakes. The jump hang been such a troubling obstacle, and it takes Kane out too. That mount, what is up with that? Up next is gonna be RipOffFrog. She's kind of had a mixed pool of results across her 3-tournament Ender Challenge career. Of course, it would be remiss of me not to mention that she is the girlfriend of RipOffGuy, RipOffKori, whatever you want to call him. But her results have not been the greatest. In the last tournament, failed this jump hang. In tournament 12, made it to the broken wall. Would love to see her back there, but only time will tell. Nice work on the jump hang, well done. Facing the hazard swing, gotta make her way out onto that log. Now for the chain swing. No, Frog was able to go out on that transfer, not able to go back in, and Kori's chasing her down. Across his 4-tournament career, Matty has never failed earlier than late stage 1. Well, that was weird. He turned into an Angry Bird. I guess it takes a lot of power, though, to maintain that, because he's back to his normal skin. Either way, though, Matty, definitely a strong competitor. Hope to see what he can put out here. Across the wall walk, as expected. Now for this jump hang. Always got to take it nice and careful. Matty's done just that, and look at him go onto the hazard swing. Backing up just to make sure. Rounding that corner, going straight into switchback. Makes it off with 30 seconds as he approaches the half pipe attack. Gotta make sure that jump is big and powerful. Matty sizing up that dismount, second guessed himself there, was looking a little timid. The nerves might be getting to him. The puzzle block. No, he didn't get quite a good enough jump from the honey to the slime. Matty is down and out. Things might finally be looking up for GamingBrando. In the last tournament, after much trials and tribulations, he finally got past his longtime nemesis, the jump hang. That victory was short-lived, mind you, as he went out on the hazard swing, but that could be a sign of things to come. Taking it nice and cautious through the bamboo steps. The wall walk has been 4 for 4 so far, hopefully looking to make it 5 for 5. No issues. The jump hang, this has been trouble for so long for Brando. Has he figured it out? One by one, taking each vine cautiously, and that's enough to take him to the hazard swing. This is where he failed last time. That's a better result coming up. Of course, this is a little different from the last design, but nonetheless, he's going into switchback, going down the lane of doors. But this isn't looking good for his time. He only has 15 seconds left going into the half pipe attack. This is going to be a run for pride, but how far can Brando go? Onto the rope, going to the logs. Come on, Brando. Oh, Brando, your run can't end like that. Up next is going to be BoomJack, and the first impression I get is that lovely skin. A flattering self-portrait, no doubt. He's got a few late stage 1s under his belt. Of course, did time out on the broken wall way back when. In the last tournament, failed on the puzzle block, so he's staying afloat. Really tangoing with this stage 1, but has yet to receive his big break. Going into the jump hang. Taking a little bit to make sure the jump is right, but he's found his way with 45 seconds, making a decent brisk pace. Into the hazard swing, rounding the bend, going straight into switchback. down the line of doors. 30 seconds left. This can still be achieved, but has to keep the pace moving. Now, making that big jump. Steadying himself for the dismount. Don't make the same mistake as Brando. He doesn't. Now into puzzle block. This is where he failed last time. Ow! But it's so hard to set up the jump when you're right at the edge of the honey, because that honey, it's so easy for it to cut your jump. BowlMiner hasn't had it the easiest this era. He's only cleared one time, that being in Tournament 11. In the last tournament, he made it all the way to the puzzle block, the penultimate obstacle on stage 1. But he failed the jump to the ice out of all things. Let's see. I think that's a really good stepping stone to potentially another stage 1 clear. But this stage 1, every obstacle cannot be overlooked. Made it through the jump hang though. That was where he failed in Tournament 12. Now going around the swing, making sure his jump is lined up. Skipping through the chains. Wow, the lag is real out of BowlMiner here. Yikes. Well, nonetheless, he's left that venture. Now on to the half-pipe attack. Making a big jump to the log. Hopefully not going to do a Brando. He does not. Now on to the honey. Gonna make it to the slime. This is where he failed last time. Oh no! In the last tournament, he ran off the slime. This time, he got a bit of a botched jump. History is gonna repeat itself for BowlMiner. But if you think BowlMiner has had it bad, look at Wingraider. Across this entire era, he has not put up a single stage 1 clear, which, bear in mind, was after a very successful career. Deep stage 3 runs, podiums, all around. You know he's looking for another stage 1 clear, at least one on the board for this era. That would be all that he asks for. This is what ended his perfect stage 1 record in Tournament 11. Hopefully not looking to have another streak here. Facing the hazard swing the last time he appeared, this is where he went out. Not even halfway on stage 1. Skipping across, switchback. This is an obstacle he has not faced, but not too tricky. Takes it like a pro. 25 seconds as he reaches the jump to the rope. A few test jumps, skips into the rope. Running across the logs, the puzzle block. This is his first ever try on. Gonna make it to the slime and the ice, no problems. The 10-second warning dishing out. Can Wingraider be our first clear? A grand return to stage 2, a fairy tale story. Wingraider is our first clear on stage 1 of the tournament. And he's gonna be the star of our next Got Milk commercial. Back for his landmark 10th appearance is JacariTheMC. And what can I say? He has quite the resume. Of his 9 runs on Enter Challenge so far, he has 6 stage 1 clears, 2 stage 2 clears. But he's never gotten super far on stage 3. It's always come to an end somewhere before the cliffhanger. Which, I mean, a further run on stage 3 would always be nice, but for now, Jacari probably looking at making this important run better than ever. Onto the hazard swing. Taking a little bit to pause, but this pace not at all something bad. Not going remotely slow. I believe he's a few seconds ahead of where our other competitors have been. Sprinting through the half-pipe attack, that'll do wonders. Of course, Jacari, I bring this up because his speed never been a great aspect, but he just sped through the puzzle block 15 seconds as he approaches the broken wall, and he's gonna get a 7th stage 1 clear, making it a 70% clear percentage. Nice work, Jacari. Now, this is the run we've all been waiting for. JackIsTrash in the last tournament after a long stage 1 streak. It all came to an end on this obstacle. Now, I think this is one streak that Jack doesn't want to start. He doesn't want to fail this twice in a row, so he's going to take his time here. Good call. Now onto the wall block. Of course, this stage 1 not too different from what he completed in Tournament 12. So maybe he can find himself back in stage 2, but only time will tell. The hazard swing is a little different to facilitate some hospitality to the mobile players. It doesn't hurt Jack though, who is a PC player. Switch back, running across in one fell swoop. Now 30 seconds into the half pipe attack, this is not a bad pace at all. Making it across in one big sweep. The puzzle block! Wow, what a bold technique, skipped across the honey. Now if he mistimed that jump, it would have cost him. But now into the broken wall, he's not even gonna hear the klaxon. Jack is going back to stage 2. Was there any doubt? I think not. Brainish in the last tournament fell victim to the infamous stage 2 sweep. He failed the spider walk, which was his first stage 2 fail, by the way, but hopefully looking to put that at least somewhere behind him and make it all the way to stage 3. Of course, Brainish has a really solid record on Ender Challenge. Only one stage 1 fail, only one stage 2 fail, 2 stage 3 fails. So you got a little bit of everything in this Brainish box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. His first stage 1 fail, and only, came at the hands of the hazard swing. Not gonna fail it again though. Sprinting down the switchback. A nice pace so far, 30 seconds as he approaches the half pipe. Big jump into the vines, but he landed a little low, had to pause for a moment. Not gonna lose him too much time though. Onto the puzzle block. No! He ran off the honey, didn't quite get a jump. Gutting fail from Brainish, not gonna make it back to stage 2. One of our rising stars in this new era, SwerveT has made quite the ruckus in his first few appearances. In his debut, made it to stage 3. In the last tournament, was unfortunately one of the victims of the stage 2 massacre, but he was one of the few to take down the spider walk that put him in second place. Rounding the turn on the jump hang, he has an incredible pace. Jumping straight onto the log. Incredible moves from SwerveT. On to switchback. Doesn't even stop for a second on that turnaround. 40 seconds as he makes it into the half pipe attack. Running down, making a semicircle arc. Already onto the puzzle block. Sprinting through. And a little zigzag, staggering his movement. He's gonna get the fastest time far and far away. 20 seconds has been shattered. And he's already running to stage 2, but Swerve, don't be so hasty, you'll run later. One of the runs we've been waiting for all tournament to see, AgentSaber back for his second appearance on Ender Challenge. In the last tournament, he was a relative unknown trying to rise up the ranks, but in a crazy turn of events, he was the only one to make it past Wingnut Alley, was so close to stage 3, and that was his goal going into this tournament, to make it to stage 3, hopefully to the cliffhanger. But let's see. Of course, it always is a little tough getting started in Ender Challenge, getting over that kind of skill bump, but AgentSaber cutting corners here, going into switchback. Running across, looking like a seasoned veteran as he makes his way onto the half pipe attack. 30 seconds passing. He's putting up a great pace, not as great as Swerve, but it's hard to compare, really. 20 seconds as he reaches the broken wall. This should be in the bag. And 15 seconds flat. AgentSaber gonna get another shot on stage 2. Great run. Our final run on stage 1 is RipOffKori. Now, despite our ongoing legal feud between Ender Challenge and the comp that shall not be named, Kori has had an impeccable record in this era. Placing first in Ender Challenge 11, placing first in Ender Challenge 12, placing third in Ender Challenge 13, which was the fail that infamously ended the tournament on stage 2. You know he's got to be feeling that in some way, shape, or form, so some sweet revenge may be in order. These first 3.5 obstacles, just the beginning. Switch back. Running down and back. That's the namesake. 33 seconds into the half-pipe attack. A big semicircle arc. That's how you do it. The puzzle block. Can this be solved by Kori? You know it. One more obstacle stands in his path before he gets another chance at redemption on stage 2. There it is! Kori gonna round out stage 1 with 6 clears on the board. Just under a third of our field gonna be advancing. Hopefully one of them can make it to stage 3. It's rather refreshing to see Wingraider on stage 2, but the real question is, has Wingraider finally dusted off the old cobwebs when it comes to Ender Challenge? Only time will tell. He is the first runner, so he's going to be the first to face these devilish challenges. The salmon ladder has been nerfed to where you have the option to push out that piston, which Wingraider has done, and make that first transition a 2-block 1-up. Wingraider handles it nicely. Now onto the ice bridge, which are 1x1 ice blocks into the spider walk, which are 3-block transfers. Wingraider making quick work of this stage 2. Onto Wingnut Alley. Only 2 people made it here last tournament. We're already seeing a competitor on it today. Wingraider gonna get through it. One more obstacle to go. Make stage 2 down for the count. The wall climb, there are little gaps in between these walls, meaning you can actually fail this obstacle for the first time ever. Wingraider, he has enough time. So long as he doesn't make any more mistakes, he won't do it. And with 5 seconds left, Wingraider is also going to go back to stage 3. Incredible. Jacari in a similar boat to Wingraider, looking for another stage 3 appearance. This stage has failed him 5 times and counting. So clearly Jacari having a bone to pick with this stage. Last tournament he failed the salmon ladder, but granted it is a little easier this time around. What's he gonna do? Hopefully not gonna go for the 3-block 1-up. The smart route out of Jacari. Gonna go for that 3-block 1-up, misses it. That's gonna cost him a few seconds, but is not gonna fail him out. Good to see Jacari on his second attempt. Now onto the ice bridge. Gotta make these big transitions. First one down, second one just as quick. With 25 seconds left, he's got to keep the pace rolling though. Into Wingnut Alley. A safe jump there. Make sure he's nice and secure. Come on, 15 seconds as he approaches the wall climb. Time has been an enemy for Jacari in the past. A slip up on the second wall. He's getting hung up here. He cannot stop. Jacari, come on. Don't let your dreams get crushed on stage 2. Yes! 1.3 seconds left on the clock. Jacari is finally back on stage 3. Jack is really a true representation of the duality of man. Because after getting second place in Tournament 12, he failed the first obstacle on stage 1. But I think he's trying to put that fail behind him, and he can start with getting back to stage 3. Which he's done many, many times. Dare I remind you, misses that 3-block 1-up, but gets another go at it, up it on his second go. Onto the ice bridge, stopping on that first one. That sets him up beautifully for the spider walk. Making great jumps across. Now onto Wingnut Alley. Gonna make that Neo sprinting into the second one with no hesitation. With 20 seconds left, has a good amount of time. Notably, Jack, one of the few to clear stage 2 with less than a second, but that doesn't seem to be happening here. Jack, was there any doubt? Was there any doubt at all? Jack, welcome back to stage 3. Swerve, as we saw in the first stage, cleared with a paltry 22.5 seconds left, which means that this stage 2 should play to his strengths rather nicely. Speeding through the gap splitter, so far so good, into the salmon ladder. Oh, wow, Swerve, gonna be the first of the day to take on the salmon ladder with the 3-block 1-up technique. Incredible. Swerve, only 15 seconds have elapsed. Look at him go, already through the spider walk. He's gonna clown on this stage 2, provided that he gets through the Wingnut Alley, which he failed last time. Gets through it today. The wall climb shouldn't be a threat, but gotta keep it together. I mean, hey, now it's just a fight for the fastest time. Could he get a sub 20? I think that slip's gonna cost him there. But with 19.5 seconds left, it's no surprise that SwerveT is also gonna take the fastest time on stage 2 as well. If you want to be technical, AgentSaber in his first appearance didn't actually fail any of the obstacles on stage 2. Instead, it was the time limit that proved to be his downfall. On the final obstacle was so close to the goal, so now you gotta think that's in the back of his mind as he makes his way up the salmon ladder. I mean, he's shown that he's more than capable of taking down a stage of this caliber, but he's gotta do it even faster than he did in the last tournament. I mean, I thought his pace was pretty fast, but I mean, that being said, 35 seconds into Wingnut Alley, this is not a bad pace at all. Lands a little low on that Wingnut, that's okay. Gonna sprint to the dismount, a hop, skip, and a jump into the wall climb. This was where he ran out of time last time, but with 20 seconds left, he should have enough to get through this, and in spades. He's not even gonna hear the klaxon. AgentSaber gonna make it to stage 3 on his second appearance. After a tournament where 7 people failed stage 2, is it really possible that 6 out of 6 people are gonna beat this stage 2? Well, it all comes down to whether Kori can make it happen. And it's a foregone conclusion on whether we will see a stage 3. What it's really gonna come down to is it gonna have Kori or is it not? Makes it up the salmon ladder on his first go. Now onto the ice bridge. A nice quick stride through. Pausing on those transitions. That's okay. Has the time to make it work. He saved himself a lot of time on the clock. This is where he had that save in Tournament 12. No issues this time around. Taking a pause for the dismount. A little close there, but he survives. Now the wall climb. Ascending with speed and grace. 15 seconds left. He's not gonna hear the klaxon, it seems. Kori gonna make it 6 for 6. Everyone that we saw clear stage 1 is gonna take on stage 3. And now it's time for the competitor's revenge. The stage that saw no action in Tournament 13. It's great to see Wingraider back on stage 3. This is his first time taking it on since Tournament 10. In that tournament, he failed the vertical limit, and if history may repeat itself, he may find himself in a deep stage 3 run here. First, taking on Vine Junction. Quite similar to the part on the jump hang, which took out many competitors, including Wingraider, actually. But now onto the amethyst wall. He's got to jump around those buds. That first one, no problem. Now, gotta jump 2 blocks and 1 down. Wingraider, the first to take it down. The curtain cling has been slightly modified. I do believe there was a ladder in between these two, of which Wingraider is trying to jump between, but that has been removed because every competitor tried to skip it. Wingraider going down and around. Now the first to take on the head hitter. A new tricky task right in front of him. He's gotta make some test jumps on those ladders to make sure he doesn't bonk his head on the ceiling there. He's done well on that first jump. The second one, come on Wingraider, sizing it up, he makes it. The dismount, not too tough. And now, Wingraider, the first to take on this cliffhanger. I mean, before it was even changed, Kori was the only one to beat it, but the course designers have struck back. And look at this, you gotta make a bunch of downward transitions. There's an L-shaped ledge, he makes it! And now, this crazy jump. Let's see, Kori was the only one to attempt it. Can Wingraider beat it? It is a 4-block jump. Sizing it up, Wingraider is not too confident about this, but he makes it! Wingraider, the first to beat this cliffhanger on his first attempt. Now going into the vertical limit. Oh, Wingraider, the same mistake as Kori in Tournament 12. He's done. is only Jakari's third run on stage 3, but historically his record isn't too great for stage 3. In his first appearance, failed the first obstacle. In his second appearance, failed the third obstacle on stage 3. But maybe there's something Jakari knows that we don't. Maybe he's been cooking up his stage 3 finesse for years and counting. Only time will tell. Jakari got to make his way around the amethyst buds on the wall. Nice Neo. Going up and going down, same case. Now the curtain cling. Jakari, if he beats this, this will be a new personal best. Making sure he's nice and lined up. That is a 3-block 1-up. He manages. Gotta jump down. This is considerably easier. One more jump. He's through. But you know he wants to make it to the cliffhanger. The head hitter, a big roadblock though. Gotta make sure his jumps are nice and lined up so he doesn't hit his head. Nice jump there. Crouching around. One more jump to the road. Jakari. Oh, he just jumps too late. Gets caught on that ladder and doesn't get a proper jump. But great run out of Jakari. Another competitor who historically has a rather troublesome record with early stage 3. Jack has failed early stage 3 3 times and counting. That being the utility grasp and the lantern grasp. But so far on Vine Junction, nothing seems awry here for Jack. The amethyst. Whoa! He walks off the amethyst bud. Was just too far to the right and he's gonna walk off. Swerve knows nothing but early stage 3, as in his only other stage 3 appearance he failed on the utility grasp back when it was the first obstacle on stage 3. But now he's in personal best territory. He did see Jack come undone here. Makes the jump that he failed straight into the curtain cling. No hesitation here on these jumps. Gonna go around on that Neo. Already onto the head hitter. Beautiful work so far. Gonna set himself up. Makes that first transfer. And now the second. The dismount not too far behind for Swerve. Already onto the cliffhanger. Gonna go straight up on these diagonal moves. Going around the glass. Speeding through it. Swerve. Already onto the crazy jump, which he lands. Now going straight into the vertical limit. He's the first to properly attempt it. Swerve going under these trapdoor barriers. This first transfer about on par with the second from the old vertical limit, but he makes it with a strange momentum technique. This second one though, you kind of have to push yourself back in. If you go too far to the right, you will hit that glass. Does Swerve have the right idea? He does! Swerve already gonna beat the vertical limit. Now into the utility grasp. This was where he failed in Tournament 11. It has been thoroughly modified, but he's got to remain ever so cautious here. Onto the end rod, out to the lightning. Yes, the chain, the thinnest hitbox. He lands the green bar of safety. He's the first since the renewal to take on the Neo flip. First one, second one, the dismount. Come on, Swerve. He makes it. SwerveT is going to the final stage. The first final stage appearance since the double Kanzen in Tournament 10. AgentSaber in a kind of unique position. The only new face on stage 3. Everyone else has made it here before. Saber making his way across Vine Junction. Now this being a new obstacle, this is new for everyone, including Saber. Makes it onto the amethyst wall, no problems. Gotta get around, nice jumps. Going into the curtain cling. Lining himself up for that downward transition. Gotta make his way around. That is a tough wraparound. And he knows it. Taking a moment to steady himself before making it to the head hitter. Now, something I'd like to mention is that with Saber, his goal was to make it to the cliffhanger. So, one more obstacle and his goal will be met. It will just be icing on the cake from there. Making sure his head goes above the blocker there. Doesn't want to get blocked. One more jump for the road, Saber. There it is. Saber now onto the cliffhanger. Now I don't know what his plan is from here. Maybe we could see a deep stage 3 run out of Saber, getting a little tripped up there. But he's found his way. Now these tiny ledges, can he line himself up properly? The tiny ledge, now that little L-shaped one. Come on, Saber. The moment of truth! Saber misses the ledge, but that's nothing to take away from his awe-inspiring run. Now one man remains, RipOffKori, the only one left who has any hopes of joining AgentSaber on the final stage. And this is a goal that he's wanted for so long on this course. It would only be fitting if we had the two seemingly top dogs on this course make it to the final stage. But he's got a long road ahead if he wants to make his dreams come true. Onto the Curtain Cling should be relatively familiar with this one. It is important to note that Kori does have the drip. He's got the gold helmet with the amethyst trim. So he's splurged a little bit with his consolation prize winnings before this run. Will it pay off? Lines himself up, doesn't even need to check if he's gonna head hit. On the head hitter, the appropriately named head hitter. Now onto the cliffhanger, was a little bit worried about this one. He did beat the easier version, but this is a whole new beast. He sprints through it, and he makes it! And now, this jump unmodified from the one that he attempted in Tournament 12. Come on, Kori, can he connect the dots? Oh no, Kori, he misses the transfer. Well, only one thing's for sure, the tournament will end on the final stage, but will it end with victory or with defeat? As is tradition in Ender Challenge, we only have one sole survivor of the third stage, who stands at the base of the restless final stage tower, which we will be getting a glimpse of the changes for the first time since Tournament 10. It's kind of a blast from the past from Tournament 2. They've got to ascend the trapdoor climb, go straight into that rotation climb, but in a cruel twist of fate, there is a honey climb that stands atop. And that's all Swerve has to do if he wants to become a grand champion. He has 30 seconds to make it happen. That is not a lenient time limit. You basically have to be perfect the whole way up if you want to make it up in time. But if he doesn't, he will fall from the heavens, and he will have to wait for his dreams of a champion to come true. Come on, Swerve. Can he seize the opportunity? What will Ender Challenge 14 end with? An incredible champion story, or a heartbreaking defeat? Let's find out. And he's off! Swerve! His 30 seconds have begun on the final stage, and look at him go! He's already destroyed the trapdoor climb! 25 seconds going into the rotation climb. Look at him go! He's flying up this! He's flying into the history books with 15 seconds into the honey climb! He has enough time to make this work, but he's just gotta remain composed! 10 seconds ringing out! Come on, Swerve! Can he become our 4th grand champion? Yes, he's done it! SwerveT has achieved total victory! The 4th to ever do it in Ender Challenge history! And look at Swerve, he's on top of the world! That is the face of our 4th ever grand champion! After a tournament filled with Stage 2 defeats, no one even made it to Stage 3. It was a contested subject on whether we'd even see anyone get deep into Stage 3 in this tournament. But oh boy, if only we knew what was in store. SwerveT, his career started as a relative unknown, but he made good on his rookie season, made it to the 3rd stage. After some minor setbacks in the past 2 tournaments, he's made good on his success, and he has become a grand champion, a legend in Ender Challenge history. But after this success, the course is gonna strike back. It's gonna strike back hard, and we're gonna see, can our competitors fight back against the new challenges? We'll have to wait and see.
I can hear the Ender Challenge music in the background.
I know. I'm locked in.
Okay,
Get off the course, GamingBrando!
That's Brando. All right,
Yes.
Brando, if you can hear me, I'm cutting your.